Hello, I'm back. Took a day off pretty much yesterday. No, we were here yesterday. We were here yesterday. Just kind of, trying to get my bearings. I don't know what happened to my hairbrush. I don't know what happened to it. But yeah, welcome back. I always feel really exposed when I have my shoulders exposed. But, I need to get over that. Like self-confidence issues. Strong woman. Strong woman. Okay, you just gotta make sure there's nothing. I saw red, but that's not what I thought it was. Okay. Don't wanna get banned. Okay. I've been kind of taking some notes on like basically my goals. Trying to do better with that, but also not putting so much expectations on myself to like, achieve some kind of arbitrary. I need to fucking shave my armpits. Jesus Christ. Why did I even start the stream? I'll be right back. Okay. Armpits. Gotta be nice and clean. And you gotta put the deodorant on. Things you got to do. I don't know why we got to do them, but we got to do them. There's just things you gotta do. Okay, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, where's our thing? Like I said, I mean, it's just like I am a little bit self-conscious about my shoulders. And, you know, I don't always have to push my comfort levels. Yeah, like, get situated. Where am I at today? Had therapy already. Stomach is making weird noises that you can't hear because of technology. Yeah, I very self-conscious about my body a lot. But I need to get used to that. I don't know, as time goes on, there's a lot of things about my body I've had to learn about myself and about like how to feel comfortable about my body. And you know, it's one of those things you just have to do, you know. It's not like this like academic thing. I mean, it's just a matter of kind of practicing, like being okay with yourself and with your body. I don't know. Figuring out, like, for example, like figuring out how my hair works. Like, what makes my hair look appealing and what makes it look unappealing. How to be entertaining. That's mostly like what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to be entertaining. I know that, like, it's not one of those things that, obviously, you can, like, set an effort to, like, try to be entertaining, but it's just, like, at the same time, like, at what point do you just, like, allow yourself to just be? You know, like, just, like, let yourself be who you are. And I think, like, one of those things, I was watching, like, Jim Carrey last night. Like, comedic genius. But obviously not everybody's Jim Carrey, and I shouldn't try to be Jim Carrey. Nobody should try to be Jim Carrey. I shouldn't try to be anybody but myself. But how do I find the entertainment inside of me? Like, what about me can entertain people? You know, obviously, you know, I have things about me that are very appealing, but I'd like to expand. You know, it's like, yeah, like maybe I just get typecast for the rest of my life. Maybe I'm just the sexy chick. There's worse things in life. Like, I think there's more to me than sex appeal, though. Like, not just like a sex toy. I'm a really good one. But I don't think that's all I am. Sometimes I feel very self-conscious about my appearance. You know, I don't wear makeup. It's one of those things that, like, I feel very self-conscious about wearing makeup. I don't know. It's like a little bit of makeup's okay, but it's just most of the time I don't feel like it's really worth it. You know, it's like, why? I'm not like showing up to an audition. I know that there's like such a thing as practice and stuff like that, but I also think that, like, you know, there's a time and place. And if like I'm at like going to an audition as well, like sometimes, actually, from what I've read, they actually want you to not wear makeup. Because if they want to do makeup, they'll do that, from what I understand. They want to see how you look naturally. like because they want to have like a blank canvas to work with. And I mean, my eyebrows are kind of a disaster. Sometimes like I don't really know how to talk without making like weird shapes with my face. That's like a weird thing, like how do I talk in a way that's attractive, like with physically, like visually, like because I see people talk sometimes and they have like I mean, I guess enunciating is like a good way to do it, but you can't always be talking like this. You can't always be talking like this, okay? Yeah, and I guess like I really am self-conscious about my teeth as well. Although I am eating right now, so that's a lot of the reason why. Oh yeah, night elves definitely have really long bushy eyebrows. It's not about like arbitrary and hey Paula along the watchtower. It's not about like having these arbitrary like beauty standards, because obviously like you could spend all day trying to say like, oh, is this attractive? Is this attractive? If you have the right kind of attitude, literally anything can be attractive. And if people have more confidence about themselves, mostly it's a self-confidence thing. I mean, some people have like deformities, and they could still, if they have the willpower, they have the actual personal desire to like be a model and such like that, they totally can. And not just as like a freak out factor. Some people are just like, they're just naturally like just beautiful people. And it comes across no matter what arbitrary standard you hold against them. Like I have pretty small breasts, okay? Like I have to wear like some equipment to make them look like this, okay? I think most women will do that though. I'm kind of like figuring out the secrets, okay? Oh yeah, your confidence got nerfed. Yeah, I mean, it happens as you get older especially, but that's arbitrary. I can just like choose not to. I can just choose not to have my self-confidence tank, you know? There's women in my industry still doing work well into their 80s. They don't even need OnlyFans. They have their own website. Like they have like they have like a system in place. They're set. You know, it's like, and obviously at some point it's not really about money. At some point it's like, this is just what I do, you know? But I'm not even ready to get back into the industry. And like, you know, I'm changing some equipment on my body first. And then there's like a whole spiritual journey that I have to go through. And there's no like timeline for that. I mean, I don't know. I guess there is a timeline, like probably between 3 to 9 months after surgery. Between 3 to 9 months is probably when I'm going to get back to work. You know, but until, I mean, technically I could work now. I didn't have to load my Twitch stream. I could have loaded my, my other stream. But I didn't, because that's not really what I'm about right now. I just can't handle it. Obviously I could force myself if I really wanted to. I've done that. But, and also like I'm in charge of what kind of content I make. I don't have to be doing the most, like explicit type of content all the time. I could just be sitting here chatting just like I am right now, actually. But there's just something about it, like as far as mindset goes, like sometimes you just don't want to, I don't want to tease myself. Because when I get back to work, I want to get back to work. I don't want to just do patches here and there, like little teasers. I don't want to, I want to dedicate myself entirely to building my career. And I just can't do that with 2 months before surgery and then several months of repair. Like I just can't. Like I'm still healing from my facial surgery. Like it's kind of like, it's kind of healed up, but but Like I still feel some numbness. It's coming back. You can feel like the tingling as like the new nerve endings grow. But you know, it's like I shouldn't be like I don't really always have to be talking about this kind of stuff. It's kind of like, you know, like in Wizard of Oz, they have the man behind the curtain. You know, it's like I really don't need to be showing all the making of it. But you know, that's kind of what I do here. I feel like I'm comparing myself to others and trying to, you know, like judge and measure. I'm trying to judge and measure my my entertainment factor compared to other people who have a completely different set of skills that they're working with. You know, like I have a different set of skills, and that's fine. And I know like what I can focus on, but I also want like to focus on some other things. And I don't know if that's possible. Because I just feel like obviously you followed me for a reason, so there's people who are going to be entertained by me in some form or the other. But I don't know how I'm going to build something for myself without help. And I guess it's the without help part that is really the thing that matters, because obviously everybody needs help. I just don't know how to find the right kind of help. And maybe I will. I was talking with my therapist today, and I talked on stream a little bit about yesterday. And I went to like a center that like specifically works with people with developmental disorders, such as autism being one of them. And I'm autistic, diagnosed, but they needed to assess me. And, you know, of course, she determined I have high IQ. That's something that I already knew my whole life. I've always been high IQ. But high IQ alone, people think that having intelligence is a super helpful skill. It's actually not. In fact, I think it's like the least important skill as far as like maintaining employment. I feel like having lower IQ actually makes you a better employee. I mean, you have to have lower IQ to settle for like a lot of jobs. I don't want to be like I don't want to be like mean like that, but it's kind of true. Like if you're high IQ, you keep trying to push for higher standards for yourself. But that's not very sustainable for earning a living. And maybe it can be for me. If I can like kind of like lift myself up and get some advocacy, like get like an agent or something to like make sure that I can get auditions for modeling and acting roles, you know, in the adult industry or otherwise. Like, I feel like if I can make that happen somehow, I have absolutely no idea how to make something like that happen. Maybe I just have to like kind of fumble around on my own, and then somebody will find me. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to play out. I really don't. And it scares me. And I can't even get started because I'm in the waiting room right now. Like I'm in the waiting room, and I hate waiting. My therapist even pointed it out today. Like, I know that you hate waiting. And I was like, yeah, like I'm always needing to be making some kind of forward progress. Like that's who I am. I grind. I'm tenacious as fuck. Okay, like I absolutely will not stop. Even after I succeed, it's like, oh, well, I succeeded, but was that a fluke? Maybe it's just an accident. I need to prove that I'm worth it, that I'm worthy. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know how to turn that switch off in my head, and I don't know if I should. Like, I could do great things. And at the very least, I think I can somehow manage to make a living so that I can, you know, at least have more more of a foundation to stand on. You're 5-acious? Or you're not 10-acious, you're 5-acious. I get it. Vivacity. Is that like 5 asses? Or 10 asses? I just like I sometimes like just wish that like someone would just like, in the right context of course, and like somebody I'm comfortable with, just like grab my ass and just like I just wish somebody would just come grab me, but like not against not somebody I'm uncomfortable with, like in a contextually like consensual way, right? Which is why I want to get into the porn industry. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, like god damn it, I need to get laid, and I like performing. It's not even so much about getting laid. It's not about the sex part at all. I mean, it kind of is. I mean, it pretty much is. But also, it's I have a need to be on set and to be performing, to be working with other people. Yeah, it has been a while. I haven't had someone caress me sexually since December 2022. Like it was. It's been a long time. And it was somebody I wasn't 100% comfortable with, but I gave him, I had an open mind. I was like, I literally like just met the guy like on a dating app, and we talked on the phone for like a day before. It was just kind of sketch. I don't want to put myself in that situation again. It's kind of why I want to get into porn instead. I don't really want to do dating. Dating is dangerous. Especially since it's like, you don't know, like the expectations are different. And obviously there's like a lot of risk in the industry as well, but I feel like there's more accountability and there's more legal protections, because it's like there's like a contract that you sign, and like, you know, it's like legally bound that I have the right to decline performance. Where, yeah, I need to get to level 80 in Wrath of the Lich King. That's what have you seen my latest video? That's what I was telling you about. You don't have time to get laid. You don't have time to get a boyfriend or girlfriend. You gotta log on. You gotta get level 80. Start doing some PvP. Not BNA. Or wait, TNA. You don't want TNA. You want PvP. I don't know. I think sometimes I just like admiring myself. Yeah, I mean, we have until August. Looking for group TNA. Need heals. I mean, when you say heals. Yeah, sometimes I really just like looking at myself. I know, not in like a vain way. I think I have like such an imposter syndrome and low self-esteem. Like, especially after starting my transition like 4.5 years ago. Like, I just feel so much better as female. Like, I can just like look at myself and I'm like, hey girl. And yeah, maybe that's creepy to some people. I don't give a fuck. I don't think I'm creepy. I think I'm pretty attractive. And I think there's a lot of potential for a career in modeling. I just don't know how to make that happen. especially so close to surgery. I don't think it's possible before surgery. It might be if I had the right opportunity, but I don't have opportunities. You have to make those happen. So like, I just don't know what to do. Yeah, and I like ever since I had my facial surgery, it's like I have like I said, like I'm just now starting to get a little bit of the feeling back. Feels less. It feels more normal now. But like I keep constantly like I swear I hope people don't think this is a wig. It's definitely not. Yeah, you can see the scar tissue from my forehead being advanced. Yeah, exactly. Life is so weird. Like in video games, there's like I mean, not all video games. For example, I still can't understand Minecraft. Like, in order to understand how to move forward in Minecraft, you have to like read a strategy guide. Because it does not tell you what to do. I don't know how people figured out how to get to the end boss. Like the Ender Dragon. I don't know how people possibly figured that out. Like, how? How did they figure that out? Like, there's a whole bunch of random shit you have to do to teleport to the Shadowverse or whatever it's called. To fight the Ender Dragon. There's like all this weird shit you gotta do. Like, how do people figure that out? I don't get it. I usually just have to read like a strategy guide in order to do anything. I mean, it's kind of the theme of my life. Like, I'm really good with following directions, but if I need to make the directions up, I fail miserably most of the time. Yeah, exactly. I always just like, I try to play Minecraft and then I just like start mining and I start crafting and I try to build a house and then I just get bored and I give up. I really have a hard time because I like games like WoW where it's like you got to get to end game. You just kill monsters. You can be, you know, there's several roles to play. Like you play tank or you play healer or you play DPS. And there's different dungeons and the dungeon has a path and there's mechanics sometimes. And like I get that. Like even if I don't have instructions, there's kind of like a way to figure it out. It's not like this whole free-form sandbox. But if I have a sandbox, like, even just writing out this page of notes for myself, if I have a blank page, I have to, like, get started with something and then kind of roll with the momentum. But, like, if I have a blank page, I have such a hard time figuring out where to go. Like, for realsies. Did she just say realsies? I have no idea how the world works, honestly. I don't know how people are successful. I'm just like making it up as I go, and maybe they are too, but some people just seem to have like this understanding of like, here's like a formula, and they follow the formula, and it makes a recipe, and the recipe comes out, and it tastes good. Like making cookies. But when I make, but it's like, I understand how to, I mean, in the actual literal sense, I understand baking and cooking. But like, in this metaphor I'm talking about, it's like, I have all the ingredients, and I start mixing them up in ways that I'm not supposed to. I'm like, oh yeah, I see salt and sugar and flour, and then like I mix it together and mush it and like build a snowman. And I'm like, I'm trying to make cookies. And I'm like, well, I didn't know I was supposed to make cookies. What's a cookie? And everyone, it's like, it's like obvious. It seems obvious to everyone else that like, okay, you put this in there and it's like, you're trying to make cookies. That's the goal. And it's like, I start making muffins. And they're like, well, that's a good muffin. But we were trying to make cookies. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. And they're like, how could you not know that? You're fired. That's basically how it started. Yeah, they were probably trying to make something else. And I mean, obviously, that's how great things happen. You know, those beautiful accidents. But at the same time, it's like at some point, in order to have in order to have a career, like if you're a candlestick maker, you have to make candles, right? I can do that with like porn. It's pretty obvious for me. It comes naturally to me. But with everything else, like I'm a musician and I don't really know how to be a successful musician. Like I actually like lost. I mean, I was singing this morning. I have to relearn how to sing from scratch, basically. Not from scratch, because my ear, like my internal sense of music is the same, obviously, because that stays with you. But I'm attempting to retrain my vocal folds to be in the feminine tone. And I can get the pitch, but there's a difference between pitch and tone. And I was trained as a tenor. And so I want to train as an alto or soprano. And so I have to relearn everything from the ground up without injury. And it's really difficult. It's taken a long time. I am better, I think. I don't know. I set so many like lofty goals for myself. Like it's like all I have to really do is just show up and play World of Warcraft. Like I really don't have to like be putting all this pressure on myself to be like in a Broadway musical or something. Like I have high expectations of myself, and I have a lot of goals in life. I've been a performer my whole life. I would love to be on stage. I would love to be on film. And, honestly, like, porn is a gateway to that. In and of itself, but also to other things. There's a lot of porn stars out there who also have successful modeling careers. And they're trans. Like mainstream fashion modeling careers. And I know that there's some stigma, but I guess I have a lot of preconceived notions over, like, what is actually possible. I could get into Hollywood if I had the right resources, if I had the right circumstances, if I had the coaching too. I'm not very good at acting. That's one of the things I want to learn. It's more than just like a profession to me. It's like I want to be able to act because it's a skill I want, because I want to do it and I'm going to get it, because that's who I am. If I want something, I keep trying until I get it. And I get it. Sometimes it's like really difficult and takes a long time, but I get what I want. Okay? Like it's like I've worked hard for this body that I have. Like I got it. Like I did what had to be done, okay? And it's not just about like it's like a whole bunch of stuff rolled into one, because it's not just HRT. It's not just like learning how to be more socially feminine or female presenting. It's not just surgeries. Like it's like this all-encompassing thing, including like diet and exercise, and also just like kind of living my life authentically as like the person that I want to be, rather than like the person that I was told I'm supposed to be. Yeah, I mean, if you act like you're okay long enough, things might end up accidentally being okay at some point. But, like starting estrogen was probably like the best thing that ever happened to me. It started to change my body in ways that actually started to make me want to be naked. Like I know it's like, yeah, oh, gross. But like, no, I mean, it's not like that. I'm beautiful, so it's not gross. It's gross to somebody, but, yeah, not everybody's going to appreciate my body, of course, but, it made me want to be naked and feel my body, like feel soft, with female skin. I have a female scent, like everything about me, like switched, like, obviously, there's certain biological things that don't change, but I think people underestimate how much biologically changes when you start hormones. Like, there's so many biological changes, and they're like, most of them are like permanent, which is good because I don't want them to go away. Your cat judges you? Well, I mean, your cat's just projecting his own problems. I mean, he's got some self-esteem issues and he just like wants to take it out on you. I keep doing this. I need to stop like habits like that. Like I mess with my hair a lot and I mess with stuff a lot. And it's like I need to just be confident. Yeah, exactly. I mean, no, sometimes you actually want to respect people's judgment because you like ask them to, because you trust their opinion. But most of the time that's not the case. Most of the time it's unsolicited and it's like malicious. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like with the right coaching, like I'm just imagining like I'm imagining like a hairdresser playing with my hair. That's one thing I really do understand because even when I was like presenting as a male, I had some beautiful hair. Okay, like in high school people told me I should be a shampoo model. You know what's ironic is people gendered me as female growing up. But because society expected me to be a male or whatever lies I thought, I was like offended by that. Ironically, yeah, exactly. If you want to be nude inside your own house, I think there's like a German saying, I forgot like the German, but there's a German saying that basically means like you have the right to be naked and drunk in your own house. You know, it's like specifically both of those at the same time. Like what a language, man. Like there's actually a term for that specific thing. Like I'm just imagining like if I had like a makeup artist and like a hairdresser and like a director, like Rebecca, like you are, you know, just finding out that you got the job and like, you know, but you're also struggling inwardly with a breakup. And you're the kind of person, this character, she never knows how to give up. And that's something I can relate to personally. But like she doesn't know how to let go. And like she needs to learn how to let go of the past and like learn how to accept the future. That she just got this part in like a Hollywood, being the Hollywood leading lady in like a Hollywood play, or I mean a Hollywood film that is like set to have like a huge box office, you know, and like she got the part, but she can't accept it because she's like, oh, why can't I have both? Why is my relationship failing? And that's what you have to express in this scene where you drink your water. Right? Like I need somebody to like do that for me. Like I'm not good at that for myself. Like I need somebody to like give me direction. And then I'm like, see, like I expressed that exact sentiment just now. I don't know if you can tell, but it's the subtext, man. Subtext. It's the subtext. You have to do this thing. And yeah, at some point I need to get like LASIK eye surgery. That's not on the top of my list. I got to get my pussy surgery, okay? Like I know glasses are also sexy, but I don't know. I just like the way I look without glasses. Like I don't know, people say they really like my eyes. When I'm like not trying to be attractive, like right? Like I think like people are the most attractive when they're not trying to be like overtly trying. Like if I'm like, it's kind of creepy, I think. But if I'm just like, I wonder what's on the TV today. I don't know. Oh, you know, I'm gonna meet a friend today. Like, oh, I wonder how that's gonna go. Like, more than like, like that's like kind of like forcing it too much, and that's like it's forcing it too much. I'm definitely gonna get LASIK when I can afford it. It's like $500 an eyeball. Being sex is also depends on the act. Yeah, exactly. Being sexy. Okay, I'm like being sex. Yeah, it's not like acting is not pretending, acting is being. I know that there was like an agent on YouTube, I forgot her name. But there was an agent on YouTube. Aw, miss you too, adult diaper. There was like an agent, like a professional like acting agent on YouTube I was watching one time. About like in 2019. Interestingly enough, it was before I started transitioning. I was like getting into acting, and I was like trying to practice like reading scripts and stuff like that. But it's just like you can't act if you don't understand yourself and if you're not connected to yourself. At the very least, you have to be confident in yourself. And I was not confident in myself. I could have never been an actor if I was living as a male. I had to like take care of myself first. You know, it's a lot of work. It's been like 4.5 fucking years. It's a lot of work. You know, if you were your night elf druid, you'd have a lot of problems. You'd be living in Azeroth. Have you been following the storyline? Jesus Christ, if you were a night elf, you'd have so many fucking problems. First of all, your entire race has like an ideology that like nature is more important than anything. And that's good, but like sometimes it's like oppressive, right? Like, second of all, you have to deal with like undead, you have to deal with like blood elves, you have to deal with orcs and trolls, and you also have to deal with night elves who have like, you know, fallen astray and all that kind of shit, and humans and like all these weird factions and shit. And there's also a whole bunch of random gods and dragons and like titans imprisoned and like all sorts of weird shit going on around you every fucking day. Okay, if you were your night elf, you would wish you weren't. You know, I bet your night elf wishes they were Paula. Like, oh, I wish I was just a random gamer on the internet playing a video game. I wish, but I have to deal with these dragons. And they have forsaken the oath of nature. Nilfs? Yeah. They are sexy. But maybe they don't even appreciate their own sexiness. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe they're asexual. Maybe they actually believe that they're the ugliest creatures in the entire world. Like, everyone thinks they're beautiful, but what if they don't think they're beautiful? What if they think they're monsters? They're like these weird, like, dryad people. They're like, oh, we're like, there's like termites in our hair, and like we're disgusting tree people. We're animals. That's probably how they see themselves sometimes. Have you ever thought of these things? Like, the grass always looks greener on the other side, okay? You can't like go through life. I mean, obviously everybody goes through life like this, but like if you want to be happy, you have to kind of accept that like if things were different, like if I had bigger breasts, for example, it's not going to like solve my problems. It's going to solve that particular problem. But there's also bigger breasts are problematic too, because they're like harder to control, and they're also, they can cause like back pain, and like there's like a whole bunch of shit that goes with that. There's also a lot more sexual attention, because a lot of men are, and a lot of women as well, have like a standard of beauty, especially in, you know, depending on the culture. Like I guess in like Southeast Asian culture, smaller breasts are actually deemed more attractive. I guess. And in France and French culture, I mean, the perfect size, according to the French, perfect size of a breast fits inside of a wine glass. But you know, in American culture, you gotta have all tiggle bitties, okay? Like I basically have to like push my tits straight up against each other to create this big giant balloons in order for people to notice that I have breasts. Okay? If I wasn't wearing a bra, it would still be obvious that I have breasts, but like, honestly, especially men, men don't understand female anatomy. They like think that breasts are big circles that are pushed up against the chest because they're used to seeing women wearing bras. Like it's kind of bizarre if you really think and most men don't even know where the clit is. Perfect size of a dick? Probably about like 4 to 5 inches. Honestly, from most women I've talked to with vaginas, you really don't, I mean, like, think about it. Most women use their fingers. Like 2 fingers, just like, and not like big thrusting motions, maybe some women, but obviously everyone's different. But it's more of like it's more of a suction. It's less of a thrust. It's more of like, it's more like you're just like kind of having it suck itself out in and out. And it's like, it's kind of more like a little kind of thing like this. And it's really just like right here. From most women I've talked to, and from my own experience with anal, but anal's different, and I'm gonna experience vaginal stuff soon enough, in about like 5 to 6 months, if the surgery goes on schedule. If it happens sooner, which is possible, then obviously 3 months after surgery is when I can start doing stuff like that. I'm looking forward to it. Everyone I've talked to who had their first time after the surgery, heaven. That's all they can like explain it, is like it's just absolutely like life-changing to have your first orgasm after surgery. Like things are just finally aligned, and like you just feel it, and I can't wait. No, not 45 inches, 4 to 5 inches. You have 10 fingers? So do I. But like really, like this is like basically a finger is like probably too long. So like basically like this size is probably like the perfect penis size. Like not even the size of my glasses, really. I mean, if you maybe like the size of my glasses. Now, if you're talking about oral, then I'd probably say bigger. But I don't like small ones for oral. But for anal, and I'm guessing for vaginal, smaller and kind of, you know, compact. Not like so small that it's like I was with a guy who had like a super small one, and it's like there's nothing to grab onto. It still felt nice. You're 45 inches, then you definitely need a reduction, I think. But that's dangerous. You have to either be happy with never being able to have sex with anybody. If you were 45 inches, I don't know how many centimeters. You can open up Google or something. any kind of like surgery involving like enlargement or reduction, like breast enlargement or breast reduction, or penis enlargement or penis reduction, it's going to have a lot of risk involved. I actually think it's penis reduction or penis enlargement. I'm not a doctor, but I actually like, I have a feeling that that's actually more dangerous than the surgery I'm getting, which is like penile inversion and peritoneal flap vaginoplasty. Like, it's two parts. There's like the peritoneal flap, which is like the very deep end. That's where the cavity is being made from inside, like coming from the opposite direction. And then like the inversion is coming from the front, and then like they meet together. That's what's happening to me. Get on, Toy Slicer. Yeah, exactly. I have 13 levels to go to get to max level. Okay, we have work to do. We have work to do, okay? Yeah, work to do. Yeah, sometimes I rock cleavage, okay. I finally stretched out my bra. I had to like stretch it out over a thing because it was way too tight. It was causing like breathing problems. Because when you get a brand new one, sometimes they're a little bit too small. Yeah, I feel sexy. I mean, I honestly like, I like sexualizing my own body. I know people sometimes feel like there's a stigma, especially against trans women, because people forget that, you know, cisgender women sexualize their own bodies too. And like, it doesn't make you less of a woman to sexualize yourself. But for some reason, there's this idea that if you're a woman, you have to be ashamed of your body. And that's pretty sad. Because men have like issues too. I've met a lot of men, and I've talked to a lot of men, and people really, you know, I don't want to turn this into like this, like, you know, battle of the sexes kind of thing. People are people, and whether you're male or female, you just have different specifics. So like, it's not about like, oh, men have it worse or women have it worse. It just is what it is, and you shouldn't treat it as a comparison. This like victim Olympics, because that's. It's just defeating it's missing the point, and it's not the right direction. It's going to lead you down a path of thinking that is not going to help anything. It's only going to cause friction and arguments and feelings of frustration, and it's just not going to be helpful. But from you know, I was raised with a different kind of shame. Because I have gender dysphoria, and I didn't know it at the time. But a lot of those are common with what men feel about their bodies, where they feel unattractive because they feel like it's impossible to get women to find you attractive. That you have to like have like you have to work out and have these big muscles, or that you have to be tall, or that you have to have a certain type of jawline, or any kind of shit like that. Yeah, you shouldn't be ashamed if you're self enough, but that's kind of what all this medical stuff has been about. It's so that I can stop feeling ashamed of myself, because I'm proud of myself now. Like, I look at my body and I'm like, damn. Like, my eyes go to a certain part of the screen, and it makes me happy. I don't know, I don't have the best cleavage, but like, I don't know, it is what it is. But like, you know, growing up, I think like there's this like there's a common experience, and this is very valid and should be respected. But there is a very common experience, and I'm not saying this only happens for women growing up, because it happens to men too. But there is a very significant common factor of women when they're girls going into puberty, being overly sexualized and treated like a sex object, even by adults. And it's really disgusting how that happens. But a lot of I don't know this personally because I had a different experience. I was socially raised as male, and I had that experience, but as a woman, in like trapped, basically. I know people that generally don't like the trapped inside a body kind of discussion, but it is kind of like that actually in a lot of ways. I was basically undercover. Like I was a girl pretending to be a man, if that makes any sense, because people say, oh, you can't be trans women, like you can't just be a man and become a woman. And it's like, that's because I was a woman trapped in a man's body. So it's like I was pretending to be male, if you really think about it. And I played the part, and I looked the part. I mean, I was pretty androgynous. I heard somebody at the door. I think I need to check. Oh, but yeah, I'm kind of rambling on and on and on and on and on and on. Goes on and on and on. I did not have butt implants. The only thing I've had is orchiectomy, which is the removal of the testes. And I've had facial surgery, facial feminization. Those are the only things I've had, and I'm gonna have the pussy surgery. I'm not having any other surgery. Facial feminization included my my Adam's apple reduction. But I'm not having, first of all, voice surgery is not very effective. It can be, but it's very experimental, and just, that's not how voice works. Voice isn't something you can just have a surgery for. You can. There's experimental surgeries, but the way the voice works is you train your voice, and everybody does. And pitch is actually way more wide of a thing for both male and female than people realize. In fact, like, I don't know if you Googled there's like a woman with like the lowest singing voice, like world record. Yeah, helium. Yeah, you can't just make it higher pitched. Higher pitch doesn't make it more feminine. In fact, there's men, especially I guess depending on where you live, like in Alabama, men will talk really high pitched, but in like California, men tend to talk lower pitch, and so do women. Like a lot of women I know in California talk just like me, like kind of lower, kind of more like kind of natural, I guess. That's like kind of like the natural woman's voice. And that's also kind of like, this range is also kind of like the natural male voice, but yeah, voice is not just about pitch. Pitch is one factor, but there's like 3 different registers. There's like the vocal folds, there's the mouth shape, and I guess there's like also the lips. So like how the air is, and you learn this from singing. Sound that, singing and speaking is just air being released from your cavity. Like, it's literally just, you're not like, people restrict things a lot and they try to like force things too much. It's really just like a tube with air coming through it, and the sound comes from the shape. It doesn't come from muscles forcing the air out. It's not like like that tightness people do. See, even when I was trying to do it, I was still like like, it's like air just releasing, and you're like like the tongue position, all the stuff that matters. There's a whole bunch of stuff to voice, and I think it's like, you can really intellectualize it. There's obviously a lot of trans women online who in my opinion, are not very qualified to be teaching vocal feminization. But of course, there's plenty of people teaching vocal feminization. But if you load up a video and you hear the person talking and they don't sound like how you want to sound, then why would you want to learn from that person? That's pretty much how I see it. But also, you also shouldn't compare yourself to somebody. But it kind of like it kind of gets a red flag. Like if somebody has a voice that's like it still sounds really masculine, and then this person, she's pretending she's intending to teach vocal feminization, but like I really don't like thinking about it this way, but there is like a certain tone of voice that like it's very obvious that it's a trans person. And I know people don't like to talk about that. They don't like to admit that, but we're dealing with reality. And of course, it's something that every trans person has to face every single day of our lives. And I feel like putting your head in the sand only makes you feel more miserable, makes you feel more shame. And it doesn't mean you have to arbitrarily sound or look a certain way. It means that if your goal, in order to feel more like who you are, you want to reach a certain point, then you're going to have to look reality straight in the face, and then you can actually manipulate it. If you don't look at reality, you're just wishing for things to be true. But if you look at reality, then you can see what can be changed and what can't. And there is plenty of things that the human voice is capable of that with the right kind of training, you can achieve. I mean, men who aren't even trans women, like men, have been able to feminize their voice and sound indistinguishable from cisgender women. Yeah, I mean, vocal journey, I want to go through that too. I don't know when I'm going to be ready to go back to college and start doing music again, but I want to go train my voice again. And like I said, I have to relearn it because I have to train my voice in the alto and soprano range, which has a completely different resonance. And that's the when you talk about tone, what you actually mean is resonance, because I talk in a more female resonance. You know, even though I don't consider my voice to be that great, a lot of people really like my voice actually. It's just personally, I feel like my voice could be better. But honestly, I think there's a certain amount of contentment you need to have with yourself, that you are who you are. And some things you don't really need to change. You just need to accept who you are and allow the beauty to show itself. And like, stop trying to fight. Because the fighting, ironically, can create something that's very unappealing. You got here from an Asmongold video? Probably because I'm playing World of Warcraft, and probably because I watch a lot of Asmongold. But yeah, welcome Victor. I hope you enjoy your stay. I try to create like kind of a chill environment. We talk about random shit. We talk about random shit, and we kind of I'm kind of going through a lot of stuff in my life. And also I'm just kind of exploring it. Okay, I don't really know how Healbot threat works, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, where's... Trying to adjust the Questy tracker. Unlock tracker. Is it shift or control, or is it alt? No. Maybe I can just move this group thing. Group and target. I don't really need this. How do I delete this? I think I need to look at healbot threat. I just added this. Healbot, okay, I just need to make sure. How do I hide this? I don't really need that. I just want the threat bar over here. Next to details. I can probably make details a little. Yeah, make that smaller. And then move healbot threat over here. But I want to remove group frames. Yeah, okay, there we go. Well, good night, Victor. You just did LK10? What's LK10? Oh, Lich King 10. Is that like, I don't know how heroic and stuff works. I think I need, okay, so I need to Google this. I think I need to go to Dustwallow Marsh, unfortunately, to go train runecloth bandages. Wowhead runecloth bandage. It can be purchased, but I mean, how do I how do I learn it? Because this only goes to 300. How do I go past 300? Because I have expert first aid. I'm at level 300. Wowhead first aid 325. Burning Crusade. Here we go. One to 450. Here we go. Yeah, netherweave. I mean, I have rune. I don't even think I have runecloth. And no, I think I do have runecloth and heavy runecloth. I need to get to netherweave. How do I get artist? I already have artisan. How do I get master? Netherweave sounds hot. Yeah, and frostweave. Outland. This isn't Outland music. This is OC Remix. I need to learn I need to learn netherweave bandage and all that. There are 2 new recipes in Lich King. I think I have to go to Lich King to do it. Okay, I think I need to go to Northrend. Okay, oops. I'm on Grobulus. Oh, and wait, I've been calling you Paula. Are you Paul along the watchtower or Paula long the watchtower? I'm guessing you're Paul along the watchtower. Oh, you're Pagel? Bagel? Okay, where's the first aid trainer here? In the tundra, I think. All Dalaran professional trainers are neutral. Okay, so here's one in Dalaran. Over here? Oh, right, there's the first aid supplies. There we go. And Grandmaster First Aid Trainer. There we go, finally. Yeah, because I've been stuck on 300. But wait, where's Master Training? Is that in... Ugh. Like, do I have to get Master Training first?
What brings me here?
Oh, here we go. Master First Aid and Netherweave Bandage. There we go.
Well met.
Oh, damn. Intravenous healing potion? It restores health and mana? Holy shit. I can be a tank and a healer? Every 3 minutes? I can get a rune dressing shirt.
Light bless you.
Oh, you're only following? Oh, so you're like gender fluid. That's pretty cool. Okay, now I can actually use my netherweave cloth. I can't use... Oh, I got a level to 325. Can I still get skill ups on Runecloth? Either way, I'll just level it as I get more netherweave bandages and stuff. Oh, you're just like dressing up? Oh, so you like dressing up. Yeah, that's quite okay. You don't have to always express your gender the same as your identity. And it's perfectly okay for a man to play dress up. And it doesn't make you less of a man or more of a woman. It just is what it is. I think people need to get over that, because I think people generally are. But like I think like it's gonna take some time. Old habits die hard, you know. Okay, I don't think I have healbot threat configured properly. I generally just try to pay attention to the mobs. Like, I'll just tab through and I'll try to like see who's attacking whom. And, you know, just make sure vigilance is on the highest DPS. Like, even though the paladin is having more DPS, it seems, than the death knight, I feel like the death knight is more squishy than the paladin in general. And so if a death knight gets threat, pulls threat, I feel like it's better to get the threat from somebody who's more squishy, or if like a mage is pulling threat. Okay, yeah, I think I need to put vigilance on the paladin. Paladin's pulling significantly more DPS than the Death Knight. Yeah, I haven't played Death Knight either. I want to get level 80 first, and I want to level up a priest after I level up my warrior. I want to have my tank ready to go. I want to have a healer ready to go at level 80, and then Death Knight's going to be a little easier because they start at 58. So it's going to be a lot easier to level up a Death Knight. Maybe I'll just do that first. After I get warrior up and get some heirlooms and stuff, I'm going to start leveling up like priest and Death Knight. Yeah, I'm all brand new to this. I'm brand new to Outland and Northrend. So this is actually like a great time for me to start playing, because I have until August before they add Cataclysm. And that doesn't mean that all the content before it's going to be deleted either. There's still plenty to do. It's only 5 extra levels, right? There's going to be new content, of course, but you know, it's just you're only 5 levels higher. But there's always like the latest, greatest like equipment, best in slot gear changes, of course. But you still have to collect like transmogs. That's always a thing. Yeah, the levels are long, but also even after you get max level, like you still have to you know, there's still stuff to collect, you know, for transmog purposes, which they should be adding in Cataclysm. That's when they originally added it, right? They didn't add it till later, but hopefully they add it right from the beginning. The new old world, yeah, exactly. Don't they do like, isn't there like time travel or something, right? From what I understand about Cataclysm, it's like time travel, isn't it? So it's like a whole new, you basically see Azeroth through time. Which is kind of what they did with Final Fantasy 11 when they did Wings of the Goddess. Wings of the Goddess, it was called the Shadow World, but it was in the past. It was during the Crystal Wars. There was like a time of war with the Beastmen. Which is basically, it was all the same areas, but it was like 50 years in the past. The Maker.
Work must not be interrupted.
Meet your Maker.
Stay away from me.
They're all post-cata versions. Yeah, in retail. Yeah, you can't see the vanilla zones. Yeah, so I've gone on retail. I have a level 70 Prot Warrior as well. So I have a warrior here and I have a warrior there. But retail is very different. So and also I have a lot of content I didn't do. I'm basically just trying to finish through Dragonflight, because that's kind of where it puts you at the beginning. Once you get to a certain level, it just kind of forces you to go through the Dragonflight storyline. So I'm kind of stuck in Dragonflight. I mean, it's good. Like, it's a good storyline. I'm just kind of taking a break to play Wrath because I'm really enjoying it. Maybe I'll calm down and go back to Dragonflight to finish it up. Probably after I get level 80. And start getting some, you know, heroics and some raids under my belt. And start some PvP even, eventually. I need to get my PvE items first. Right? Like, do some heroics. I don't know, there's a whole lot to do here. You know, I could play the rest of my WoW career. I could play the rest of my WoW career literally only playing the classic progression server, which is currently at Wrath of the Lich King. Like, I technically don't even ever have to play retail if I don't want to, but I do want to. And War Within is coming out, and I have it. You know, I have Dragonflight, and War Within is ready to go when that comes out. There's a lot of storyline stuff in retail. War Within Classic? Exactly. Hi Gorgon, how you doing? We're just chilling. Me. You're just meh? This happens sometimes. It's raining today. So I'm kind of, it's just one of those days, you know? Starfire. Bangkok, Brocock. Oh, you got, oh, when you see screenshots from the original playthrough, yeah, I mean, that's always kind of emotional, because you remember, like, where you are, like, at the time that you were actually playing that, like, emotionally and in your life, especially if you had something really emotional going on. Like, what if you had, like, a relationship that you were going through, or something serious happened in your life, or even just, like, the memories that you have from playing the game and falling in love with the game. I'm glad that you have those screenshots, though. Not everybody has screenshots. There's a lot of stuff from my first playthrough of Final Fantasy XI. That was like...
He'll kill us all!
I did have screenshots, but they're all gone now. Like, I never, like, made an effort to save them. And it's like, you know, there's screenshots with me and my brother. I was on Paladin, he was on Dark Knight, and we were like kind of like had our weapons drawn, and we were like, you know, posing together with the weapons drawn. And it was just pretty cool. Like, we had a lot of adventures. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but I mean, I'm glad that you had WoW as an outlet, Paul. Okay, make 14 more nether weave. See, that's the cool thing. You do some dungeons, you randomly get more nether weave. Nether regions. Nether region weaves. Nether region weebs? Hey, cool. Now I can actually use my heavy nether weave bandages. And can I skill up to the next to learn the next one? Okay, where the hell is... It's over here. I got some quests to turn in and finish in Outlands. Yeah, FF11, it was either, you know, you if you didn't play it, you pretty much missed the boat. Like, either you played it or you didn't. It's a very hard game to get into. It was my first MMO experience that was, like, really enjoyable for me, because I had played, like, some old school RuneScape, and I thought it was really boring. I think I played a little bit of, I think I played a little bit of like Ragnarok Online. That was kind of interesting, but I couldn't afford or get like my brother or parents to get the subscription, so I kind of just played the free trial. And then Final Fantasy 11 came out. My brother paid for my for a subscription. We shared an account for a while. But then like he got when we got the PS2, he bought me an account and we would play at the same time. We had a quest to turn in over here. It's 30k XP. Yeah, and I got all my real life friends into 11. Like, they didn't actually play. One of my friends, and I'm friends with all these people today, or, you know, we've been friends for 20 years. At the time, one of my friends who played 11 was also playing WoW. This was around like 2006, 2007 when I got them into it. Or maybe 2005 was when I first got one of my friends into it, and then I got my other friends into it, I think, when Odd Urgen came out, which was 2006. Okay, I got one in... I gotta go to the frickin' honor hold. I'm nowhere near. I need a lot of gold. Fast flying is gonna cost 4,500 gold. I'm hated by the scryers. I guess they're horde friendly. is what I'm guessing. I got all these quests to do. If you have enemies, you're doing something right. Exactly. Not always. Sometimes it's not good to have enemies. That's not always true. Ugh, and I have to find this right path again. Is it up here? No. And to the right when you go up first upstairs. Sons of Lindsay Lohan.
Greetings. Go with honor, friend.
They have a pit lord? Okay, nice. And increased attack power instead of resilience. Perfectly balanced cape. Is it perfectly balanced? Is it? Okay, let me just finish all these damn quests. Jesus. Okay, marauding cum dumpsters. Ah, don't kill me. Some horde around here. I think these things pop out of the soil, right? Yeah. Oh, they where the rocks are like that. Okay. I already have that. What an accident. I'm still getting used to that. I'm not used to yeah, certain things. Alright, yeah, we're gonna do some dungeons with guildmate. In the middle of a fight, too. Oops. Oh, well, I like tanking, and I also I feel more like I mean, obviously DPS is very important because it makes the fights quicker. It makes it easier for the healer, because the healer doesn't have to heal for as long. The tank, though, I feel like it's great because it's like you're kind of in control over whether or not like things go well in a lot of times. Same with being a healer, but so the same thing's true with DPS. It's just in a different way. Okay, I think an angry sheet, I'm probably going to want to have the vigilance on. Yeah, DPS has to make sure everything dies quickly so that, you know, the tank doesn't die. Because otherwise you go a lot slower. Which means you have to do smaller pulls if you don't want to wipe. You should just get a bidet instead. Pandemonious. A relic? An idol? What the hell is this? Like, what the hell is a relic? I don't understand. That sounds like a rogue thing, though, because it said something about a combo. Combo point. You're gonna use what next time you're in the dungeon? Oh, the bidet joke, yeah. If your group doesn't want to wipe, just get a bidet. I forgot I even said that joke. Hero class. Oh. Ah. Okay, what the hell? Yeah, I'll have to configure heal bot threat to like, I'll do that later. I'm like, you know, underperforming. As I hit the top of the DPS, even more than the frickin' arms warrior. Or, yeah. Oh, there's a quest turn in here? Nice, 33k XP. Almost level 68, nice.
must forgive me. I was not expecting company.
Nice, and I get new spells. Level 68, let's go!
Preoccupied right now. But no matter, as I am a gracious host, I will tend to you.
Dang. The crying is so ridiculous.
An epic battle! How exciting! I have such fascinating things to show you. I must bid you farewell.
Some random guild drama happened. Ooh, this one has sockets. But the armor is so low. Yeah, it's like a paladin one, I think, probably. Does details have tiny threat? Because if it, I know that there's a details tiny threat. Plugins. Um. Oh, you're not that cool? I'm too cool for school. Oh, I forgot. I didn't get new spells. Jeez. Does that stack with yeah, you forgot 2 spell for a whole 2 levels, jeez. Ah! Am I charmed? The hell? Ooh. Now I got horns again. And I can see my face. Now I have two pairs of horns. My Drain Eye horns and my armor horns. Makes me horny. This raging soul. Look at pretty boy over here. I got a rusted musket. I got a rock.
Dare you come here? How dare you come here? Outsiders are forbidden. Pay with your life. My fallen brothers, take form and fight. This
Yeah, we've been going for 2 hours. I'm gonna have to actually take a break. Let me go learn my new spells first. Put stuff up in the auction house, and then we're gonna call it. Oh, I could finish this quest, okay. I only got like 3 more to kill, okay. Yeah, virtual company, it's better than no company. Better than bad company. Although I heard that's a video game, but it might not be a good one, so... Okay, well, where's the let's turn in the dungeon there first. And I have to go to Stormwind. Get my new spells. Put stuff on the auction house, vendor shit.
What's on your mind? Off with you.
Backwards walking. I'm walking-y. I'm walking-y. Fraggled like a rock. Fraggle rock. Razzle dazzle. Oops.
Helmet is the pillar of the human race, maintained through strength of will and the edge of a sturdy blade. Light bless you. I guess there's some guild drama earlier. I guess somebody, he like wanted to be carried and like he thought the guild would just carry him. He was like, I've been here for a month and nobody's helped me. It's like, we help each other. Like, what are you talking about? Not everyone's not going to drop everything and like do everything for you. I mean, I'd help when I get level 80 and better gear and stuff. I'd like to help people out when I can, but it's only so many hours in a day. And it's like, sometimes either can't or don't want to, and it's like it's nobody's like responsibility in a guild to like help somebody unless it's like very specifically like, hey, like we need this person leveled up for raid, can you help like mob tag them or something. Like that's like a guild decision, not like an individual decision, right? Like, so you know, that kind of stuff I can understand, like if it's like agreed upon and then somebody neglects their duties as a guild member. But I don't know, I just feel like some people are just like they just want to take and take and take, and they never want to give back.
Hey there.
And it's one thing, I feel like it's the opposite of like when obviously if I can't really give back or I don't really have the ability to, that's
See you
one
later.
thing. But if it's like somebody who's like, I joined the guild so I could get free shit, like that, like that's just pretty shitty. And then if you don't get it, you get mad and you leave the guild. Like what? Really? Really? Rocking your socks. Oops. Can anyone sign my guild charter for gold, please? If you need to shout for your guild to be signed, it's like people who think that like having followers on Twitch is going to make them a bigger streamer. They're thinking backwards. If you need to beg people to sign your guild charter, maybe starting a guild is not the right thing to do for you right now. Like it's like they're trying to make a guild out of nothing when there's no people to join the guild. You ask people to join, and if you get enough people to join, then you can sign the charter. Unless they're trying to make like I guess some people will just like try to make a guild so they can have a guild bank on like an alt. That makes sense. Like on a bank alt. Oh, and Lasso. Yeah, and like Lasso is like doing that. Lasso's leaving the guild to get the gold for that person. It's too late, it's an NFT! It's too late, it's an NFT! Okay, I think I can replace the Band of Vigor. That one has critical strike, so even though it's one gear score lower, I think it's better to replace this one. This one increased critical strike, but I don't need the intellect and spell power, I guess. Oh well, it'll get replaced pretty soon anyway, as I get to level 80. Okay, just like emptying. I'm emptying out. Emptying out my inventory. I'm emptying out. I'm emptying out my inventory. I have to empty out. I have to empty out my inventory because I need my inventory to be empty. I need to empty out my inventory.
Safe travels.
Lolsy pops. Okay. Well, that was fun, you guys. I had some really good fun, and today was a nice chill day. I really think that, you know, I really like streaming. I like just having a place where I can like kind of hang out and like just chat with people, and also kind of like build up my self-esteem and like build up my confidence, especially like with public speaking. Public speaking is kind of one of those things where it's like you really have to work at it, okay? And so I feel like speaking to a camera, it's one of those things where, you know, the more you do it, the better you get at it, but you have to do it with intention. Like right now, I'm really focusing on maintaining focus and enunciation and sticking to a single category of topics, and you know, like kind of being able to tell a story, because obviously in the end of the day, entertainment is about storytelling, and I'm a writer and I need to get better at storytelling. Okay, anyway, thank you all so much for joining. Bye bye.